You want to know what rock bottom feels like? Try being flushed down a toilet. I'm talking swirling water, complete darkness, the smell of, well, you know what toilets smell like. And there I was, spinning, drowning, thinking, this is it. This is how I die. But here's the thing, I didn't die. They flushed me down like I was nothing, like I was garbage, like I didn't have a family, a life, dreams. Okay, maybe not dreams, but I had plans. I had a favorite crumb spot behind the refrigerator, and they just flushed me. You know what the worst part is? They laughed. I heard them laughing as I went down. The water was rushing, my legs were scrambling, and above all that chaos, I heard laughter. But guess what? I came back. And trust me, you're going to want to hear how. My name? Well, I don't really have one. You probably call me disgusting, pest, nightmare, or just that thing that makes you scream at 2 a.m. But I'm a cockroach, a survivor, a legend, if I'm being honest. Right now, I'm sitting in a warm spot behind a water heater in the basement of the same house. Yeah, the same house. The one where they tried to murder me via toilet. I know. I'm not exactly cute. No fuzzy fur, no big Disney eyes, just 6 legs, 2 antennae, and apparently the ability to make grown adults lose their minds. You eat shrimp and lobster at fancy restaurants, right? We're basically cousins, same family tree, but me, I'm the disgusting one. Make it make sense. Look, I get it. You didn't click on this video to hear me complain about double standards. You want to know how I survived. You want to know how something so small made it through something so terrifying. Today, I'm going to tell you my entire story, from the peaceful days before everything went wrong to the moment I thought I was dead, to the impossible journey back. Get comfortable. This is going to be wild. Let me take you back to the beginning, before the flush, before the nightmare, before I learned what true fear feels like. Life was good, simple, beautiful even. I lived behind the refrigerator in apartment 4B. Prime real estate, honestly. Warm air from the motor, easy access to the kitchen, and the humans, they were messy, bless their hearts. I had family. Oh, did I have family? 237 brothers and sisters. Yeah, you heard that right. Family dinners were chaotic, but we made it work. My mother, she was wise. She always said, "Stay in the shadows, baby. The light is where death lives." I should have listened to her. You think your family is complicated? Try sharing a breadcrumb with 200 siblings. Try having 47 cousins who all look exactly like you. Family reunions were basically just standing in a crowd going, "Wait, are you Uncle Jerry or Cousin Mike?" But we were happy. During the day, we'd rest, huddle together in the darkness behind that warm refrigerator. At night, that's when the magic happened. The humans would go to sleep and the kitchen became ours. I remember this one night. There was pizza. Not just any pizza, pepperoni. The grease was still fresh on the counter. My brother Marcus and I, we feasted like kings. "This is the life," Marcus said, his mouth full of cheese. I agreed. I really did. I had no idea that in 3 days, everything would change. You ever have that feeling? Like everything is perfect and you just know something bad is coming? No? Just me? Well, buckle up, because the worst part is yet to come. It was a Tuesday. I remember because the humans had taco night on Tuesdays, and taco night meant crumbs, glorious, seasoned, beautiful crumbs. But this Tuesday was different. The humans, they were cleaning, not regular cleaning, deep cleaning, the kind where they move furniture and look in corners they haven't looked at in years. I should have known something was wrong when I heard the vacuum cleaner. That sound, that horrible roaring, sucking sound, it's like a monster to us, a loud, hungry monster that eats everything in its path. My mother gathered us together. "Stay hidden," she whispered. "Don't move, don't breathe, don't even think too loud." So we waited. Hours passed. The sounds eventually stopped. We thought it was over. But here's the thing. It wasn't over. It was just beginning. That night I got hungry. You ever been so hungry you made stupid decisions? Same, exact same. I left the safety of the refrigerator. I told myself, just a quick trip to the counter, grab a crumb, come back, easy. Famous last words, right? I made it to the counter, found a beautiful piece of tortilla chip. I was so happy, so incredibly foolishly happy. And then, the light turned on. You know that feeling when your heart stops, when time freezes, when every single cell in your body screams run, but your legs won't move. That tortilla chip in my mouth, staring directly at her, the woman of the house. She was getting water, middle of the night water run, and there I was, frozen like an idiot. For what felt like an eternity, we just looked at each other. And then she screamed. Not a small scream, not an a bug scream. This was a horror movie scream. I just saw a ghost scream. A scream so loud it woke up the entire apartment. I dropped the chip and ran, but it was too late. The man came running, the child came running, even their cat came running, and trust me, that cat had been trying to eat me for months. There it is, the woman screamed, pointing at me, and the man grabbed a shoe. Listen to me carefully. When a human grabs a shoe, it's war. That shoe might as well be a nuclear weapon. That shoe is death. I ran across the counter. He swung. Whoosh! Missed my inches. I jumped to the floor. He swung again. Thud! The ground shook. My legs were moving faster than they ever had. Left, right, zigzag. Survival instinct kicked in. Get it, the woman was screaming. But here's where it gets worse. So much worse. I ran toward the bathroom. Big mistake. Huge mistake. The biggest mistake of my entire life. Because in that bathroom, there was a toilet. And they had a plan. The man cornered me near the toilet. I had nowhere to go. The bathtub was too slippery. The cabinet was closed. I was trapped. He looked at his wife. She looked at him. Flush it, she said. 2 words, 2 simple words, but for me, those 2 words were tennis. He grabbed a piece of toilet paper, wrapped it around his hand, and before I could even process what was happening, he grabbed me. The pressure, the squeezing, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move, I could only feel myself being lifted, higher, higher. And then I saw it. The toilet bowl, water at the bottom, waiting for me. Please, I wanted to scream. Please, I'm just hungry. I just wanted food. I have a family. I have 237 siblings waiting for me. Please. But cockroaches can't scream. We can't beg. We can only watch. He dropped me. I hit the water, cold, so cold. And then he pressed the handle. The world became chaos. Spinning, rushing, roaring water everywhere. I couldn't tell which way was up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. You want to know what going down a toilet feels like? It's like being in a washing machine filled with nightmares. Everything is dark and loud and wet and terrifying. Your legs are useless. Your body is useless. You're just being pulled. Down, down, down. The pipe was narrow. The water was fast. I bounced off walls I couldn't see. I swallowed water that tasted like, well, toilet water. Don't make me describe it. And then I got stuck. My body wedged against something. A curve in the pipe maybe, or build-up, I don't know. I just knew that for 1 second, the water rushed past me, and I could breathe. Well, not breathe exactly, but I wasn't drowning anymore. I held on. With every bit of strength I had, I held on. But here's the thing about plumbing. More water always comes. I heard it before I felt it. The whoosh of another flush from somewhere above. Another toilet, another apartment. More water coming. And when it hit me, I lost my grip. Down again, spinning again, drowning again. This is it, I thought. This is my last day. This is how I die. In a sewer, alone, forgotten. Nobody will ever know what happened to me. I thought about my mother. Her advice about staying in the shadows. I should have listened. I thought about Marcus, my brother, the pizza we shared. I hoped he was okay. I thought about all the things I never did. I never saw the outside world, never felt real sunlight, never found a mate. My entire life was that kitchen, that refrigerator, those crumbs, and now it was ending in a pipe full of human waste. But then, something happened I never expected. The water slowed down. I don't know why. Maybe the pipes widened. Maybe I reached some kind of holding area. I don't know how plumbing works. Obey, I'm a cockroach, not an engineer. But I was floating now, not spinning, not drowning, floating. In complete darkness, in silence, surrounded by things I don't want to describe. I found something solid to climb onto, a ledge of some kind, and I just sat there, breathing, shaking, alive. Wait for it, because this is where the real struggle begins. You see, surviving the flush was just step 1. Now I had to get out. I was underground, in the sewer system, miles of pipes in every direction, no light, no food, no idea which way was up. I started walking. You know how they say cockroaches can survive anything? Nuclear bombs, starvation, being headless? Well, surviving is one thing. Actually moving forward, that's different. The smell was unbearable even for me, and I've lived behind refrigerators my whole life, but this was next level. I walked for what felt like hours, maybe it was minutes. Time doesn't exist in darkness. I fell into water again, twice, 3 times. Each time I thought I was done. Each time somehow I found a way out. I encountered other creatures, rats, big ones. They looked at me like I was food. I ran faster than I'd ever run before. One of them chased me for what felt like miles. I'm not food, I wanted to scream. I'm a fellow survivor, we should be friends. But rats don't negotiate. Rats just eat. I lost one of my antennae to those rats. Just snapped right off. You see me now, I'm lopsided.
one antenna shorter than the other, a permanent reminder of that chase. But I made it. I escaped. Only to face another problem. I was lost. Completely, utterly lost. The sewer system is like a maze designed by someone who hates directions. Every pipe looks the same. Every tunnel leads to more tunnels. I had no idea where I was or how to get back. Get back to what, though? Those humans didn't want me. They literally flushed me. If I went back, they'd just kill me again. Maybe worse this time. But here's the thing. That kitchen was my home. My family was there. Everything I knew was there. And I wanted to go home. So I kept walking, kept climbing, kept surviving. I ate things I'm not proud of. You don't want to know, trust me. I slept in corners, always one eye open, always listening for rats, always ready to run. Days passed, maybe weeks. I lost track. And then, just when I thought I couldn't take any more, I saw something.
I saw something. Light. Just a tiny beam. A sliver of brightness cutting through the darkness. You have no idea what light means when you've been in darkness for that long. It's not just light. It's hope. It's life. It's everything. I moved toward it, faster than my tired legs wanted to go, faster than my exhausted body could handle. The light was coming from above, a crack in a pipe, maybe damage from cold weather or age or a small earthquake. I didn't care why. I only cared that it existed. But here's the problem. The crack was small, really small, even for me, and I'm not exactly skinny anymore. Those kitchen crumbs were generous. I had one chance, just one. If I got stuck, I'd die there, wedged in a pipe looking at light I couldn't reach. That would be worse than the darkness. But staying down there, that was also death. Slow death, rat death, starvation death. So I made a choice. I squeezed. My body compressed. My exoskeleton creaked. I pushed and wiggled and forced myself through that crack like my life depended on it, because it did. Halfway through, I got stuck. Of course I did. My back legs couldn't push, my front legs couldn't pull. I was trapped. No. I didn't survive the flush. I didn't survive the rots. I didn't walk through hell for days just to die in a crack. I pushed harder. Something in my body popped. Pain shot through me. I didn't care. Push. And then I was through. I fell onto dirt. Real dirt. Not sewer grime. Actual earth. And above me, sky. Not a ceiling, not pipes, sky. I laid there for a long time, just breathing, just existing, feeling the air that wasn't sewer air, seeing light that wasn't flickering fluorescent. I was out, but where was I? I looked around. Grass, trees, a building in the distance. Wait, I knew that building. It was my building. Apartment 4B's building. I don't know how, I don't know what kind of miracle or luck or cosmic joke brought me here, but somehow the pipe I crawled out of, it was in the backyard of the same building I'd lived in. I laughed. Can cockroaches laugh? I don't know, but I made a sound that felt like laughing. The universe literally flushed me through the entire sewer system and spit me out in my own backyard. You can't make this stuff up. But now came the hard part, getting back inside. You'd think after everything I'd been through, getting into a building would be easy. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I was weak, starving, missing an antenna, traumatized, but I was determined. I waited until night, obviously, my mother's lessons finally kicking in. I found a crack near the basement window, squeezed through. Easy after what I'd been through. Inside the basement was warm, dry, safe. I could have stayed there, started a new life, forgotten about apartment 4B and those horrible humans who tried to kill me. But I didn't. Call me stupid, call me stubborn, call me whatever you want. I climbed, floor by floor, through walls, through pipes, through spaces so tight I almost got stuck again. Until I reached the 4th floor, until I reached apartment B. I came through a crack near the water heater, and there it was, my kitchen. It looked the same, the refrigerator still humming, the counter still there, everything exactly how I remembered it. But something was different. The space behind the refrigerator. It was empty. No family, no mother, no Marcus, no 237 siblings. They were gone. Maybe they fled after the humans found us. Maybe they were killed. Maybe they just moved on. I don't know. I never found them. I searched for days, weeks, looked in every corner, every crack, every dark space in that apartment. Nothing. So now I live alone, behind the water heater in the basement. It's safer down here, quieter. No humans with shoes, no toilet bowls waiting to swallow me. Sometimes, late at night, I sneak up to apartment 4B, just to look, just to remember. The humans are still there, still messy, still dropping crumbs. They don't know I'm back. They probably don't even remember me. I was just a bug to them, a momentary disgust, a funny story to tell their friends. Remember when we flushed that cockroach? Yeah, hilarious. But I'm here. I survived. I have scars now, physical and otherwise. My antenna never grew back. My left leg doesn't work as well as it used to. And sometimes in my dreams, I'm still spinning in that toilet water, still drowning, still dying. But I wake up. Every time, I wake up, and I keep living. So why am I telling you this? Why does my story matter? Because I need you to understand something. Every creature you try to kill has a story, has a family, has a life they're just trying to live. I'm not asking you to love cockroaches. I know that's too much. We're not exactly lovable. But maybe, just maybe, next time you see one of us, you could pause, just for a second, and think, that creature is just looking for food, for warmth, for survival, the same things you want. We don't choose to be pests. We don't choose to be disgusting to you. We're just existing, the same way you're existing. You think we want to live in sewers. You think we enjoy being chased with shoes. You think any of us wake up and say, today, I'm going to terrify a human and ruin their day. No, we're just hungry. We're just cold. We're just trying to make it to tomorrow. I'm not saying don't protect your home. I get it. Boundaries are important. But maybe, don't laugh when you flush us down toilets. Maybe, consider that we feel fear too. Maybe, remember that the world is big enough for all of us. Or don't. I can't make you do anything. I'm just a cockroach. But I'm a cockroach who survived the impossible, who crawled through literal hell, who lost everything, and still found a way to keep going. And if that doesn't earn at least a little bit of respect, I don't know what will. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for listening. Seriously, most of you probably clicked on this to vibe at the dumb bug who got flushed. But you stayed. You heard me out. That means something. I'm going back to my water heater now. It's warm there. Safe. The kind of peace I earned the hard way. But this isn't the end.